Hello everyone, Luis Concepcion here from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 20. As always, here's our disclosure. This content is for educational purposes only. I'm not providing any investment advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investments involve risk. Here's our agenda for the week. I'll go ahead and cover the news, provide a market overview of the indices, and we have 241 companies reporting this week, with the big catalyst, everybody expecting to see what NVIDIA does this week. Here's our results for week 19. Slow week for us. We had 11 zones, only one hit, and then 10 no entries. All those zones are still valid, so you can still utilize them for this week. Here's our outlook for the week. Again, a lot of some good companies reporting this week, so I did my best to provide you with the opportunities that I believe will hit this week. NU was the only trade that worked this week, so we are 53 and 13 now. Moving on to the news, starting with Monday, as you can see, we have nothing impacting the U.S. market, so Monday should be a quiet day. For those of you trading futures and Forex, the British pound does have an announcement at the wee hours of the night, so be mindful of that if you place a trade. Moving on to Tuesday, the Canadian dollar has its CPI report pre-market, so be mindful of that. We got pending home sales. Looks like they haven't made it definitive for this week. That's going to be Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. So be mindful of those real estate stocks. Then 11 o'clock, British pound has another CPI report. So be mindful of that on the British pound for those of you trading futures and Forex. Looks like the first meeting we have that's going to impact us this week is going to be Wednesday at 11 o'clock. We got the FOMC meetings. Will be interesting now that Jerome Powell is out of office and see what Mr. Walsh does for us. And then after hours, you have the Australian dollar's unemployment rate change. So be mindful of the Australian dollar on Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday, uh, looks like nothing is impacting the US markets. British pound, again, I would say just stay away from the British pound unless you're okay trading all the volatility it has this week. And then on Thursday, looks like they have not uh the unemployment claims, they have not finalized them as well as PMI. Interesting to see whether or not they're going to change Jerome Powell's schedule now that everything is tentative this week. Retail sales for the British pound in the wee hours of the night, and then again everything on Friday, all tentative at the moment. So we'll see how that plays out. But the big catalyst this week is going to be NVIDIA's earnings. All right, moving into the charts and starting with the SPX. You can see we made an all new time high of 75.17, and we rejected that pretty well on Friday. Had a down day. So first level I have for you is going to be here at 7264.03 to 7177.85. On the higher time frame, still no supply on the macro level. For those of you who know how to trade the micro level, your level is going to start at 74.55 and look at a 60-minute chart or a 240. Moving on to the NDX, same thing here, looking a little bit stronger than the S&P 500. First level I have for you is going to be at 27,835 to 27,485 on the NASDAQ. Moving on to the Dow Jones. Moving on to the Dow Jones, you can see the Dow Jones has yet to make an all new time high. Got to remove this level as it worked for us last week. For those of you who took it, great job. Hit the supply and fell. For those of you who could have took this trade this week, worked lovely for us. First level I have for you on the demand side is going to be 486.81 to 481.74. And just be mindful that the 501.35, 505.52 on the supply side has worked on two separate occasions already. So if something from the Dow has positive earnings or has a great week, it might make an all new time high, as it's the only indice that has not made one yet. Moving on to the rut closing to this level. First level I have for you is going to be at 2721.44 to 2690.31. If we get to this level, the rut will be the first to have supply on the macro level. So be mindful of that to see if we hit the 27-21 area this week. Next, want to start off with earnings. First company I have for you, and they are reporting Monday morning, is going to be Baidu, ticker symbol BIDU. On the demand side, 112.38 to 105.50 with a subsequent level at 98.73 to 95.56. Supply at 162.14 to 173.50. Next company I have for you, moving on to Tuesday, it's going to be Home Depot. Home Depot is going to be a demand zone here at 298.01, excuse me, to 286.50 with a subsequent level at 255.91 to 233.67. On the supply side, 374.81 to 382.72. Next company I have for you is going to be Make My Trip, ticker symbol MMYT. On the demand side, 30.02 to 27.93. On the supply side, 73.23 to 80.03. Next company I have for you is going to be ticker symbol HSAI. Company is Hisai. On the demand side, 15.57 to 14.65. On the supply side, 26.88 to 29.36. Next company I have for you reporting Tuesday afternoon is going to be Keysight, ticker symbol Keys, KEYS. On the demand side, 296.41 to 288.21, no supply. Next company is going to be Toll Brothers, ticker symbol TOL. On the demand side, 118.45 to 115.40 with a subsequent level at 113.33 to 110.39. On the supply side, 157.15 to 161.38. Next company I have for you is going to be Kava, ticker symbol Kava. On the demand side, 68.15 to 61.13. On the supply side, 97.20 to 103.83. Next company I have for you is going to be James Hardie, ticker symbol JHX. On the demand side, 16.96 to 16.41. On the supply side, 24.26 to 25.65. Next company I have for you is going to be Analog Devices. They report Wednesday morning, ticker symbol ADI. No supply on the demand side, 353.45 to 341.28 with a subsequent level at 328.15 to 317.91. Next company is going to be Target, ticker symbol TGT. On the supply side, 133.13 to 137.12. Just realized this level has worked already. And a subsequent level at 140 to 145.43. Demand side for you, 93.10 to 89.31. Next company I have for you is Zim, ticker symbol Zim. No supply on the demand side, 20.53 to 18.57. Next company I have for you is Lowe's. So 209.73 to 205.61 with subsequent levels at 197.04 to 188.82 and 185.21 to 170.13. A lot of demand coming into Lowe's. You may want to pay attention to what Home Depot does early in the week to see if Lowe's follows suit. On the supply side, 274.47 to 284.11. Next company I have for you is GDS, ticker symbol GDS. On the demand side, 35.54 to 33.02, no supply. Next company I have for you is going to be TJX, ticker symbol TJX. On the demand side, 140.71 to 138.17 and 134.19 to 130.86 is your subsequent level. On the supply side, 157.59 to 161.50. And the big kahuna that's reporting Wednesday afternoon is going to be NVIDIA. No supply. First demand level I have for you is at 218.55 to 212.49. And subsequent level at 207.20 to 203.50. For those of you who would like to get email weekly on the Mag 7, feel free to sign up and or contact me. Health is the next company in this demand zone, 57.86 to 47.36. Just utilize this in caution, with caution. This level has already worked once. Our supply level is going to be at 78.87 to 83.74. Next company I have for you is going to be Intuit, ticker symbol INTU. On the demand side, 347.33 to 292.84. On the supply side, 629.73 to 706.52. Next company I have for you is Urban Outfitters, ticker symbol URBN. On the demand side, 61.63 to 59.50. Just be mindful that this level has worked on a previous occasion. You have a subsequent level at 57.33 to 54.41. On the supply side, 81.43 to 84.46. Next company I have for you is going to be Nordson, ticker symbol NDSN. No supply. On the demand side, 253.84 to 250.37. Next company I have for you is going to be Energy Systems, I believe. Yeah, Energy Systems. No supply. On the demand side, 179.69 to 170.68. Moving on to Thursday, first company I have for you is going to be Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. This is our last demand zone that worked. There is no supply in Walmart. We're going to utilize this again, 119.15 to 115.33, with a subsequent level at 107.97 to 103.67. Next company I have for you is John Deere, ticker symbol DE. On the demand side, 529.48 to 505.94. With a subsequent level at 487.34 to 472.52. Next company I have for you is going to be ticker symbol WMS. On the demand side, 117.63 to 109.24. On the supply side, 167.50 to 179.51. Next company I have for you, Ralph Lauren, ticker symbol RL. On the demand side, 299.73 to 292.10. Subsequent level is all the way down at 251.91 to 246.14. Next company I have for you is Advanced Auto Parts, ticker symbol AAP. On the demand side, 31.22 to 23.94. Next company I have for you is NetEase Games, ticker symbol NTES. 107.98 to 103.25. And on the supply side, we're going to utilize the 131.57 to 135.99. Moving on to Thursday evening, first company I have for you is going to be Deckers Brands, ticker symbol DECK. 84.12 to 78.59 on the demand side. On the supply side, 122.74 to 133.79. Moving on to Thursday afternoon, Zoom just left a supply level and it's falling pretty nicely from here, 107.21 to 115.04. Demand is all the way down at 68.03 to 64.45. Next company I have for you is Twillo, TTWO. No supply. On the demand side, 217.24 to 206.48, with a subsequent level at 200 to 193.14. And the last company I have for you today is going to be Raw Stores. Made an all-new time high at 231. First level I have for you is going to be at 194.72 to 189.80 on the demand side, with a subsequent level at 179.16 to 173.59. Do it for me in the charts this week. If you're not doing so already, do me a favor, follow me on social media. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Check out the website if you want to subscribe and or become part of our elite membership. Until next time, happy trading.